Hi guys, welcome back on the channel. On today's video we're going to do the same exercise that we did previously with the infantry and see how we can portray more realistic units for mounted knights, retainers, heavy cavalry. I think this case is a little bit different. It's not exactly as straightforward as it was with the foot. Here we have a large unit of mounted. I've mixed my English and French together, it doesn't matter, but just for us to see. Now these guys are not major nobles. If you've seen my previous showcases where I name everybody, these are, nobles, retainers, bodyguards, minor nobles. So they're not the elite of the 100 Years' War cavalry and the 100 Years' War nobles from each country. So you can see they look like knights. They have their coat of arms, they have really good armor. So how we can portray lesser troops around them. Now it depends on how do you want to, what commander you have, and I will explain to you what I mean. So if you have these guys, if these guys are the highest nobles, then yes, we can add something here and there that will break this unit looking a little bit, with some miniatures that don't look as well equipped as them. But if, for example, a noble, a commander like Bertrand de Coquelin, who was Constable of France, Bertrand de Coquelin will have around him for sure even higher ranking knights than those guys. So yes, depending on how do you want to portray your units and who will be the commander of this unit, or generally what you expect it to look like. I mean, obviously, if you have a Constable of France, if you have one of the major nobles, or even a king, or even a crown prince, this commander will be surrounded, obviously, by even retainers who are very well trained, very well armed, and even higher ranking nobles. Now, Bertrand de Coquelin was not, didn't come from a very high-born family. He was snubbed by many of the famous knights of France, but in general you can imagine Bertrand de Coquelin and other commanders being around knights or retainers with really important positions and good armor. He wouldn't be around heavy cavalry. Now, if we don't use Bertrand de Coquelin and we would try to portray the unit a little bit more realistic, with maybe the retainers of these guys, maybe the permanent men-at-arms of these guys, well, we can play around a bit, I think. And what am I saying and why I'm saying this? I wouldn't do this for the early part of the 100 Years' War, because in the early part of the 100 Years' War, you didn't have professional armies. Okay, the English started with basically the Lombardman, but the French still had, the feudal system where they were bringing, only for the period of the campaign, men-at-arms and soldiers who then went back to their work. So professional men-at-arms you started having from the later part of the 100 Years' War, middle to later Caroline War. And you had, from the companies, for the free companies, and men-at-arms who were very well equipped, permanent, also men-at-arms who were part of a noble's retinue, and they didn't, leave after the campaign, but they were training. So let's have a look and see what we can add. I think we can add something and break a bit this unit a little bit, make it a bit more interesting. So this guy is for sure a man-at-arm. He's very well armored, not as armored as his, let's say, as the nobles, but he's very well armored, and he can be added here. So yes, I think units like this can be added. Look at him, he fits well, he's professional, he will be a retainer beside his nobles. Let's get another one who can have a similar effect, whereas here, for example, this guy, again, not as well armored, the horse is not well armored. They have their, bits and pieces that they found and be given by their lords, but it's very visible that they're not high-ranking nobles or even nobles, they're professional men-at-arms. And I think it looks good how they break a little bit the monotony of the knights. Let's put them here. They could have been in the front, they could have been in the back, you know, all similar. You see, you can paint them with some more earthy colors, not necessarily, you know, the bright colors that you're painting the Mounted Knights. But if you see here, I think it doesn't look bad. I think it doesn't look bad at all. They are heavy cavalry. They are well armored, but they don't have the quality and you know, the heraldry of the, you know, of the superior knights. So let's have a closer look. I mean, they look good. You see here, this guy here in the middle. He breaks a little bit the uniformity, and this guy here, you know, it's they're not bad. I don't think they're bad, and they I can believe they are historically accurate. They are loose who using lesser men at arms as support of the men at arms. So you have this beautiful, you know, formation of mounted knights, and here you have lesser knights, professional men at arms, who are beside them as retainers, as bodyguards, or to fill the ranks. So sure, I think it works well. You know, you have this guy here breaking a bit, you know, the sequence of knights, and this guy here in the corner here in the back. I don't think it doesn't work. I think it works well, and I think it's something that you can see also in some displays of the Paris. I think they're using the lesser, you know, lesser armed men at arms to break the knights and nobles line. I think it looks good. I think it can work. I would prefer it only in the latter part of the 100 Years' War, or, you know, after the 1800s. Excuse me, after that, 1380, 80, something like this, or after the almost at the beginning of the Lancastrian War. And because you had more professionals, then you have people who were coming from the and men at arms who were coming from the companies that were looting, and they had all this armor, finding in weapons on the battlefield, and they were getting. So yeah, I think it looks good. I don't think it looks bad. I think you should do it. Breaks up a little bit the you know, the monotony of the knights, although how beautiful they are is not a question. And I think it will make the game quite interesting and more realistic. So let's have another look. I think. What do you think? I think it looks nice, doesn't it? I think it looks very nice. This guy here in between, you know, his nobles, he will help them. If they fall, he will give them the weapons if the lances break, and the same here in the back and in front, you know, just break a little bit the monotony of the mounted knights. Doesn't look bad to me at all. Anyway, guys, this is from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.